I remember the day they all turned on me. My father's scornful laugh, my mother's dismissive glare, the way my younger sister Claire rolled her eyes as if my obsession were an embarrassing stain on our family name. "You'll lose your mind," my father warned, voice dripping with disdain. "Delusional," my mother echoed, shaking her head. I wanted to scream, to make them understand my research into oneirological parasitology wasn't some fanciful whim. It was the uncovering of a truth that gnawed and clawed at the very fabric of our understanding of sleep. But the more I tried to explain, the louder their ridicule grew, drowning me like a tide of mocking laughter. Eventually, I fled. I buried myself deep in the archives of forgotten lore, studying the parasitic organisms said to invade the minds of dreamers, feeding on their subconscious. I thought if I just found one shred of proof. Years passed, and with each moment I delved into the darkness of the human mind, I became something different, something they would later come to fear. The night I returned to my childhood home was thick with foreboding. The air was heavy with memories, the walls echoing with laughter and scorn. I stood at the threshold, heart pounding, clutching a leather-bound journal filled with accounts of the sleep-eaters I had encountered. It was time to show them. Time to reveal my truth. I stepped inside, the familiar scent of musty furniture and burnt coffee wrapping around me. My family turned to face me, their expressions a twisted mixture of curiosity and amusement. They gathered around the dining table, just as they always had, yet something was different. It felt like stepping into an old horror film, the kind they would die laughing at. "Look who graced us with their presence," Claire snickered, her eyes narrowing in mock interest. "Did you come to apologize?" "I brought something for you all to see," I said, voice barely above a whisper. "You need to understand." I placed the journal on the table, the pages splayed open to various accounts of dreamers possessed by insatiable hunger, eyes glinting with madness as sleep deprivation twisted their thoughts. Warnings scrawled in hastily written notes detailed the consequences of ignoring these entities. I could see their skepticism written plainly on their faces. "Is this what you've reduced your life to?" my mother asked, her voice icy. "A book of fairy tales?" But I pushed forward, unyielding. "These aren't fairy tales. These are real. I've witnessed the horrors. I've seen how sleep eaters can drain entire lives just by consuming dreams." And then it happened. An ominous stillness enveloped the room as if the very air had thickened. It felt like a shroud descending upon us. A sound filtered through, a low growl that resonated from nowhere and everywhere, vibrating deep in my bones. "What is that?" Claire asked, voice trembling now. I met their eyes, filled with both fear and grim determination. "It's here, isn't it? A sleep eater." Before anyone could reply, darkness slithered from the corners of the room, coiling around us like smoke. The shadows thickened, twisted, and emerged as a formless mass. I had faced this before, had wrestled with it in the depths of my own nightmares. The horror I had pursued now stood before them, and